How Samuel Colt made men equal. Samuel Colt set his school on fire. He invented the revolver to end injustice. He was inspired by a ship voyage. The Mexican War revived his fortunes. His brother stabbed himself while on death row. Here are more surprising Samuel Colt facts.
My arms are the best peacemakers.
Colt once said, the story of his success started with 4th of July fireworks. Sam was an ingenious teenager. He worked in his father's textile factory. He experimented with gunpowder and electricity. In 1829, Colt put up flyers that read,
Samuel Colt will blow a raft sky high on Ware Pond, July 4th, 1829.
That day, he placed an explosive underwater. Colt connected it to an onshore detonator. He used a wire and a tar drill. His homemade fireworks went off successfully. They left spectators stunned and covered in water and mud. Exactly a year later, Colt carried out another experiment. He and a fellow student found an old cannon. They loaded it with gunpowder. They then fired the cannon in their school building. The whole town of Amherst woke up. Emily Dickinson's father, Edward, witnessed the whole thing. The school caught on fire. Colt and his pal were expelled. His father put him on a small merchant clipper to India. The 16-year-old became fascinated with one mechanism, the spinning of the ship's wheel. It could turn or be locked with a clutch. This observation resulted in Colt's life's work. He came up with the revolving chamber. He wanted it to hold 6 bullets that could lock in place. He carved a prototype from scrap wood while on the ship. Upon his return, Colt spent several years perfecting his pistol. He wasn't just interested in the technical part. Colt sought to end the oppression of the weak by the strong. In 1836, he obtained a patent for the Colt revolver. He was only 22 years old. That year, he opened his first firearms company. The company sold weapons in Texas and Florida. They were put to use in the Seminole War, but Colt's business eventually declined. His factory was shut down in 1842. His inventory was auctioned off. Colt was left up to his neck in debt. It was a bad year for him in many ways. John, his older brother, was sentenced to death. He killed a printer to avoid paying back his own debt. The press scrutinized the Colt family before John's sentence was carried out. His prison caught on fire. He was later found dead. John succumbed to his self-inflicted stab wound. Samuel eventually managed to get back on his feet. In the mid-1840s, his revolvers became popular among the Texas Rangers. The Mexican-American War broke out in 1846. The U.S. Army fought alongside the Texas Rangers. They all grew fond of Colt's guns. In 1847, Captain Samuel Walker ordered 1,000 revolvers. Colt amassed enough money to build a 200-acre factory. It stood in his birthplace of Hartford. There were parks and orchards on the grounds. Colt mandated 1-hour lunch breaks. He also erected a beer garden for immigrant workers. Samuel Colt died in his 40s of gout complications. He left behind a wife, a daughter, and a couple of illegitimate children. His ingenuity and ambition are remembered to this day.